Hello, everyone. I don't have my earbuds in, so audio might not be great on this iPad mic. Let me see if I can get it up. Mark and Coro, welcome. Huawei here with the legacy obituaries for Riddle Singh. Uh, Man, he was a young one, and he's gone. Uh, I don't know. There were so many cool things about that guy. I don't even know what to talk about. What did I like best about Riddle? He was funny, had a dry sense of humor. I really liked it. I think that his comedy timing and stuff like that was above his age for sure. Man, composer, right? Like wrote all that great music. Man, music's really important to me. I feel like music, hobby wise. I mean, like he was like a plant guru, right? So he would be able to help you out with like all your plant stuff and stuff like that. Knew so much about plants. Man, he will be missed, I'm sure, by no one more than his family, but all of us that got to know him in the fish fam, for sure, man. Um, so it's a nice theme is the fight within, the fight we have with ourselves to do what we know needs to be done when we don't feel like doing it. The struggle to be your best every day. Today we're looking at two 10-gallon tanks. The one on the end is my grow out for apparently a Endler female going up and down the freaking left side. Must have jumped from the previous tank. I really got to finish my lids projects. I have plenty of glass from broken down tanks and stuff like that to cut to make lids with. Um, I just haven't done it. And yeah, my fish get mixed together. That's no good. But yeah, Endler's on the left, and red tail swords and leer tails in the right. And that's on top of my new stand. Okay, Huawei. We'll see you in a minute. Nah, I'm just teasing, bro. I know there's other streams going on. Do what you got to do. Uh, all right. Thank you, Mark, for the audio visual is okay. Life is good. Debs, Emma Rose, Sunny G. Welcome, welcome. There you go. I feel that. It took me 3 days to catch coolie loaches because it wasn't easy, so I just did it. Let me tell you, Emma, I have, I think, 5 coolie loaches in a tank. They came with the tank. It was a rescue tank. I haven't gotten them out of there. I haven't even tried. That's the coolie loach tank. They all seem to be doing good. But yeah, like, how do you catch a coolie loach? Not coolie. Yeah, Sunny G, and for a live bear, an Endler is a live bear. For a live bear to like escape one tank and show up in another random tank is interesting to say the least. I have a DC pump and I suck water out of the tanks with the DC pump. Uh, and I move that from tank to tank. I have a net around it, like a what that you would put media in, so it's like a bag. So I have a bag around it, and then I have that like so there's a mesh bag around it, so it won't suck up the fish. But I think that those endlers can get in between the bag and the pump and sometimes transfer themselves that way. But also, there's no lids on these, and I've had a swordtail go from that tank and be in the endler tank, and I assume that he was eating eyelash babies in the endler tank and living his best life, but he knew he wasn't supposed to be in there. So I'd see him when I was across the room, and if I went over and looked in the tank, he just slowly backed up into the green water so he couldn't be seen. So he knew he wasn't supposed to be in there. I think he liked it in there, and he was trying not to be discovered. Yeah, watering all your house plants. Yeah, my wife is taking care of all the plants. That includes the plants outside of the tanks in the fish room as well. I always set aside a bucket of fish water for her to use so that she's using the most nutrient rich water that we already have available to us. But yeah, if it wasn't for my wife, I think that most of my plants would be dead. But she's turning over like a new leaf. Like she got a bunch of plants. I believe she got some fundage at Christmas, and I think that was like a gift from my mom or something like that, some money for plants. And so that's what got her started. And then we've had some great success stories with the plants. Like she has been working on remodeling our guest bath, and so she's been going to Home Depot to get things, and she noticed a Boston fern. That's the most common fern. So when you think fern, like that's the one. Um, and they had these large ones, and they were like $20 to start out with, and then like they come down lower and lower as the weeks go on. Well, she swooped in there and got one for I want to say she got it for like 10 or $11. It's back up to 16 now. I guess they got more in. So they were making room for new ones, but they had dropped the price. So she dropped in towards, the 60% retail. So she was happy to get that. And since then she got that big Boston fern, and let's see, there's one in our master bath, and we've got three outside. So she got at least four. She got at least four out of that. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and we have a Monstera fern, and that thing came apart into three or four. So she's been doing really well with that. I've been pretty happy. Xanadu, welcome. Vanoski, welcome. Sup, dude. Xanadu, Endlers were my first fish when I restarted fish keeping. They show up in almost every tank I set up. Yeah, man. They may have like teleport uh capabilities. Yeah, you like the blending into the background comment earlier. Or is that what you're doing on the Oscars? Are you blending in? A special flower like only Oscars does not need to blend in. So yeah, Emma Rose, like I said, she got that Boston Fun. She's got some Monstera. There was a pond plant that looks like a papyrus, but it's a miniature. Dang, somebody told me in chat before what it was, and I can't remember. But she's got those in jars, and they're submerged, so uh, the roots look really cool as well. That was the clip I have. This one. This clip is the bottom, so that's the roots of it. And there was like a seed shrimp in there, or some other some other microorganism doing the zoomies. That one definitely looks to me like a scud, but that other one is like 3 times as big. I don't know what that one is, and it can move really quick too. Philodendron, Syngonium, and Pothos. I have some Pothos. I'm not sure what a Syngonium is, and a Philodendron. I'm not sure what that one is either. Legacy Riders. Nice to see you. Just Legacy LLC. That's right, Emma Rose. Everybody say hi to Emma so that she will say hi back to you. Yeah, what is June blending? Margaritas as a cocktail hour? Oh, blending into the corner. Very nice. Lots of corners. Arrowhead plants. Okay, yeah, I may have some of those growing out of the pond. There's like an arrow leaf one, and at one point I had one called a taro. Is that part of the same family? I had a similar shaped leaf. Oh, you also love spider plants. Spider plants are cool. The way they throw off like little danglies. The taro get huge. Right on. Okay, that might, yeah, that was definitely a pond plant I bought and killed. If they're in your pond, those are alocasia. Those are different. Elephant ears. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I've got. Yeah, so my Endler tank isn't scaped very much. So I decided to do the one next to it so we have more than one to look at. So Emma Rose, you came through the house plants into the fish hobby. That's smart. Here, let me show you what my wife has going on. in here. Mm. Hmm. Hi, everybody. So yeah, this is what we got going on here. That was one of those blooms that you get every year. These are the long leaves. The blooms are gone. We have some propagated mother lost honey. This is that plant that I was talking about. We brought it inside. We loved it so much. And there's actually a smaller one as well. So maybe one of them will go back out into the pond this spring. But yeah, such lovelies. Such lovelies. But yeah, we've got this monstera plant. There's a new leaf coming in. This is the baby one. And let's see. Oh, don't forget about that guy. And we've got some moss in here that appears to be alive in a bag. Yay. Let me see. Is there something in here? Oh, yeah. This guy. So that baby came off of this one. Um, and we've got this guy. Is this one of those three names that you were talking about? Like the leaf shape on this one is kind of arrow-headed. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I got it last week just before, and I couldn't figure out how to put pictures up here because I don't have a laptop. Um, so the iPad and iPhone that I use are considered mobile devices, so it's hard to share pictures. So I just got the whole thing out of the car. Uh, Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. So I ended up getting this from a friend, and I want to know what you guys think. I'm going to turn on a light, so that's going to put a glare on the other, but let me turn it around. It's big. All right. This is what I'm looking at, folks. Hold on. My camera's messed up. I need a new iPad holder. There. There we go. So what do you guys think about that? Yes, I'm thinking about making it a tank. This is one of those old, this actually has a record player down in the bottom of it. And these are the pieces don't that aren't glued in place yet. But I have the other knob, and this thing like opens up. So yeah, Look at how much space is here. I've always thought that a television turned into an aquarium is super cool. So I am happy with this opportunity. And there's quite a bit of space in here. I mean, I'd have to get it up a little bit so that it would be centered, but I could build a frame to put it on. It's a very solid piece of furniture. And as you can see, it's already gutted, so everything is out of it. But yeah, there's quite a lot of space in there. Goals. And this is how much space it takes up in the fish room. So no telling where I'm gonna put it. Maybe on the end right here. But yeah, I think that having a television set aquarium would be fun. Um, yeah, so I got to figure out what size tank would fit in there. So let's bring this back and let's look at some hold on, invite. Ba-da-dip, copy, paste. Emma, come on up here. I want to see some of your plants. Want to learn. I want to learn. Sunny G, I agree. However, my wife did not suggest any places inside the house for it. So I have to take this and finish it and make it look awesome. And then I believe it will possibly get a place in the house. So good times. So let me get a tape measure out. I have some duckweed gone bad in a bucket, y'all. Y'all are missing some of the fish room smells right now. It is not good. Ugh. That is a stinky bucket. So it looks like from the front of that television insert to the back is 20 inches, and it's 24 and a half wide. And the opening is 20 and a half tall. So 20 inches by 20 by 20 by 24. So I could get like a square tank in there. Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Pretty good by yourself.
Hey man, I am fair to middling. You know what I mean? Like I'm right there in the center. Not too good, not too bad, just right.
Fair. That is fair.
Right. Do you have some plants to show me?
I do. I'm trying to figure out how I flip my camera.
Okay, you're gonna need to go to settings and then select camera.
That's a great question. Hold on. Because it took me to like a different browser, so I'm no longer on YouTube.
Right. So, whoop.
Oh, look, wait.
There you are. So yeah, on the StreamYard, there's a settings feature, and then that will the settings. There's camera and audio there. Um, she is no longer on the stream, but I'm sure that she will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Let me turn out this light. Oh, there you go. Now you got a better view of what's going on. Oh man. Uh, I trimmed up the Amazon sword and the Ranger sword, so I got rid of all of the bad leaves off of that. They are now in that bucket on top of the duckweed. That's my smelly bucket. There we go.
Hello again.
Hello.
Alright, I gotta move.
That's a cool light.
Thank you. It's a houseplant one I got from
Uh-huh.
Amazon. I converted an old cabinet into a greenhouse cabinet.
Nice.
So I got one of my favorites is it's growing kind of funky, but is this is a philodendron. It's the parrot. I always say it wrong. Um, Starts with a P and verde. Paradosa. I always say it wrong. I'm not good at Latin, but that's a philodendron. And then we're talking about syngoniums. This is my
Oh
pink
wow.
flash. It's doing good. And then this pothos is actually older than I am. It was my great grandmother's. My family has killed it back and brought it back many a times. So,
Wow.
yeah, I finally inherited it, trying to keep it alive.
Right. I have to ask my mom where she got hers because she gave us some of it, and that's the one that I have all over my fish room.
Hmm. Yeah, that is probably close to 50 years old.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love the hand decoration. Where did you find something like that?
So, interestingly enough, that I painted myself um, at Purple Glaze. It's like a
Okay.
so where I live. I don't know if you have them everywhere, but they're like a pottery store that you get to paint yourself, and then they glaze it, or you glaze it, but then they fire it in a kiln, and you go and pick it up. So
Oh,
I
that's awesome. Yeah, there's some place called Mozart's or something like that here, or a different painter's name.
yeah.
There's one of those. See, I got the impression that they only did coffee cups and stuff. So like I have never really ventured into it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, cause like, yeah, all right, I can make a coffee cup, you know. But yeah, dude, a hand that goes in my planter sounds really cool.
Yeah, I was using it for rings, and then figured I don't have that many rings, so I just stuck it in there. I think it's kind of cool, different.
Right on. What, are you just not like a jewelry person?
So like yes and no. Like I appreciate jewelry and I like rings, but I work at
Hmm.
a store, so you know I don't wear jewelry because you know it gets old.
Yeah, I agree. Whenever I put product in my hair, or sometimes when I'm in my fish tanks. It usually doesn't bother me that much, so I keep my wedding ring on for that. But if I'm putting product in my hair or anything like that, I always end up taking my ring off because I don't like it when lotion or something like that gets in between my ring and my finger. I
Yeah,
don't
well,
I don't
see,
like that feel. No.
yeah, one, I work at a local fish store, so my hands are wet like literally all day. So maybe when I get a new job, I'll start wearing rings again. But and then I also got another pothos right here.
Right on. That one's lovely and yellow. Like that is
Hmm.
really cool. I
Yeah,
think I might like that better than the pink.
that's
The pink is really cool though.
yeah, I collect pink plants, so I have more to show you. But
Oh, sweet.
this is a marble queen
Okay.
pothos, and then I have a philodendron burl marks. So he's super handsome. Love his variegation.
Yeah.
And then I got a uh, pink confetti syngonium. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it's got pink speckles.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see those. Those are
Yeah.
showing up.
And then the one that I'm struggling on, that I've had to chop them several times, is I have a syngonium, uh, oh, red, um, red spot tricolor, and so
Oh,
it's
yeah. That is cool looking.
mm, super awesome. It's one of my favorites. Again, it's struggling a little bit,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
but that leaf looks like it's been like cut up from different plants and then like stitched together. So it looks
yeah,
like it's like patchwork. That's really neat looking. I love
yeah, I
that.
love it. And then I also have um, my variegated string of hearts. It's well, it's like a
I have seen that plant before. That plant is amazing.
yeah, and it's got some pink in it as well. And then I got a pink princess philodendron.
Oh
She's
my
neat.
goodness.
I have bigger ones too, but that's my little one.
Yeah, dude.
And then all the ones I got. Ignore my messy room. It's a
Sunny G
disaster.
had a question. Did that come from Mushnick's Flower Shop? And I have no idea which one he's talking about. Have you been to that shop?
I have not. Most of my stuff I have gotten from, believe it or not, Tulsa has a really big houseplant community, and
That's
so
awesome.
most of these I've gotten from local people.
Okay, excellent.
Uh, and then hold on one second. One of my pride and joys is my philodendron Prince of Orange. And that's this guy right here.
Oh, wow.
The leaves are huge.
Yeah, that reminds me of a rubber plant.
Kind
The
of.
leaves a little bit, but this
Mhm.
is called a what?
This is a Prince of Orange.
Okay, I love it.
And the shorthand on that one is the Poo. Poo.
Nice.
And then I have a philodendron white knight, which is this one. So it's like the pink princess, but it's white instead of pink.
Oh yeah, those are my high school colors, green and white. I like that.
Mhm. So I'm trying to collect what they call um, a what's it called? A it's either I can remember
I
it's a
can't help you.
hold on
I was like, I can't help you.
a triple crown. So I have the white knight and I have the pink princess and I have the white princess, but I need the white wizard and then I'll have a rush or a flush or whatever. I'll have
Oh,
a whole
okay.
because I have the Prince of Orange. I just need the the White Wizard, and then I'll have all of the ones like that.
All right. The white wizard is the name of a snail that's pretty cool, so I can only assume the plant is awesome as well.
Yeah, it's very similar to,
You don't get a wizard name, you know what I mean, for being plain.
right. It's very similar to the White Knight, but the variegation's a little different.
Okay.
Um, and then this one is my philodendron.
Big Steve has been throwing out some names. He says that looks like my half moon, and he said Hoyas
Yeah,
earlier.
so I have one Hoya. It's the what do you call it? Hold on 1 second. It's called it's the Splash. I forget what it's called. The first name of it. But I'm not a huge Hoya person, um, especially because they get so expensive. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and I
That would put me down on the list. Like I slowly torture plants until they die. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, well,
my wife is like lapping me a couple times on plant care.
and see, my thing is, I already spend so much money on plants. I
Right.
don't need another thing that I need to collect. So, but the reason I've kept this Hoya for so long, I started with like one leaf, but look,
Hmm.
one of the leaves is like deformed and it looks like a heart.
Yeah, it does.
And so it doesn't normally grow like that. I just have one leaf like that. And that's the whole reason I keep the plant. So,
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. You know what I mean? And like from what
uh,
I understand, like if any of these plants get super happy, they have the potential to like overtake like the whole shelf that it's on. You know what I
oh
mean?
yeah.
So
Well, and then over here, I was showing you my little burrow marks. Burrow marks. I have a bigger one too. He's got some.
okay, yeah. I love those burl marks.
Yeah, this is a little reverted where it goes back to green. So I'll need to chop it eventually, but I love those leaves. Super handsome. And then I have the mini monstera, which is like the leaves are way smaller,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah. And then I got a
My wife just got one of those stakes to help hold it up. You saw it in the guest bedroom
yeah.
on that
Mine
big
keeps
guy. She ended up getting
falling
that.
over. Mine doesn't want to stay. I might have to use
Yeah,
David to
well.
hold it. But um, I also have a mangrove tree that I got at
Okay, and
Marcella.
is that going down in the tank?
Yes, it does.
Sweet. So fresh water.
Yeah, so it's doing pretty good. I got that Aquashella back in November, and it's gotten progressively bigger. I mean, it grows super slow, but it's put off like two or three new leaves. It's doing good.
Sweet. Are you going to be at Aquashella this year?
That's the plan.
Excellent.
And then, hold on. I also have house plants in all my tanks. So I got like all kinds of pothos. Um, I got different.
Go. Ladies and gentlemen, technical difficulties. We'll be right back. Let me catch up on the chat. Oh, man. Somebody keeps bringing his female dog over and it's driving our dog crazy. Oh, dang. Mark. That's a good point, man. Big Steve. I do not know that information, but it could be. Baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. Let's feed these guys a little bit. Hot chicken on rolls. Yes, sir. That doesn't sound bad at all. Emma Rose is back. What's she doing? Hey, Emma Rose, we had a question. Is the string of hearts, a Hoya?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, cool. No, it's a succulent, actually.
Okay.
However, it's kind of one of those. Sorry, my phone had died. Um,
Happens.
they're one of those like it's yes, they're a succulent, but also they're not quite as hardy. Like you have to water them a little bit more than that. Um, where's my find? But I take that back. I do have a few other Hoyas. I have one other kind. One second. Trying to plug in before I die again.
Plug it in.
Yeah, have to move it. Okay. All that good. All right. So, like I was saying, I have a lot of different tanks or plants in my tanks. So I got several different kinds of pothos, and then more syngoniums. I have a pink illusion, so it's also pink. Um, and then I have the um, believe that is the it's either the pearl and jade pothos, or it could be an enjoy pothos. I can't remember. It's been a fat minute, but I love the variegation. And then the other Hoya that I have is um, the Queen Hoya.
Okay.
So, and that's stuck out of my filter. I stole that. Not gonna lie, I took a cutting at Walmart and stuck it in my tank.
Hey, I mean, things happen,
So, right,
like
it
nothing to be
snapped
ashamed
off.
of.
The thing is,
Yeah, dude, it broke. I was looking at it, it broke in my hand. Like, what are you gonna do?
yeah. So I wasn't gonna like just throw it away. So I just put it in my purse and took it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And then one of
I
my
just I just love it. Just like freaking Emma getting freaking stopped at the Walmart door, and I was like, "Yeah, can I see your receipts?" "Yeah, we need to open your purse." And they're just like pulling out like all sorts of plans.
yeah, that'd be me. Um, my rare
I'd bail
fern.
you out. You can call me.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Good to know.
Yeah, you have to show up to court though. You have to promise to show up to court.
I will. I promise.
Okay, all right.
My rare fern is not doing very well. So even experts lose plants. I keep
True.
I keep telling myself it's gonna come back. It probably will not, but it'd be like
So
that
that
sometimes.
so that so that Boston fern, my wife took it and had it hanging in front of the window in our master bath, which is just a water closet. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
very small. And it wasn't happy. And then she moved it to the top rack inside of the shower. So we've got like a little three-tiered system. So the
Hmm.
top rack has a plant on it now. And just with like she makes sure that it's watered, that it's damp enough like once a week. But
Hmm.
with us going in there and taking a shower and everything, there's new little fronds on it. Like it's
Yeah,
happy like away from the light and like in a moist environment. So it's kind of cool.
yeah. So ferns like really, really high humidity. So, Boston ferns are just native at in places like Washington where it like rains all the time. It's not
Right.
very
Yeah. Because I mean,
dry.
technically, the Pacific Northwest is a rainforest. It's just not a
Hmm.
tropical rainforest. Is that
Yeah,
right?
temperate. It's a temperate rainforest.
A temperate rainforest. Look at me
Hmm.
learning stuff.
Yeah. And then one of my favorite plants that I have is a syngonium. It's my syngonium alb syngonium albo. And that one, hold on, let me see.
I've heard the name Albo before. What does it look like?
Yeah, hold on, let me see if my thing won't reach, but it's this one.
Oh, okay.
So it's got super handsome variegation. Love that. And then probably the most rare, most expensive cutting that I was actually just given by one of my friends
Mm-hmm.
is, I think it's pronounced anthurium. I always say it wrong, but it's a, like pink variegated, um, and it's just a one leaf cutting, and I've already rooted it in my tank, so
Okay,
it's
excellent. Yeah, no, that's a healthy root right there.
yeah, it's making a new leaf, but
Oh,
yeah,
wow. The underside of that leaf is amazing.
it's got that pink rainbow in it.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm terrified to kill it, but
Of course, you know.
it's like a $50 cutting. So
Oh
um,
my.
I also have one of my friends just gave me a Monstera albo, which hold on, is
Okay.
just a one leaf cutting. So it'll look like your wife's, like when it's big, but it has that big white splashing like the syngonium I showed you. But I have never been very
That's
successful.
awesome.
I've never been very successful with monsteras. So you can see it's got a little bit of variegation on it. Um, it's surviving. It's not thriving. It's got nice roots, but isn't loving life.
Right.
Not making any new leaves yet. Oh wait. Uh, I might be lying.
What?
I might have a leaf coming. Maybe.
Nice.
Maybe not. But then I also have I have a cutting of my pink princess in one of my tanks. And
Oh
that
yeah, where's
one,
that?
ignore my mess.
Well, of
It's
course.
got really nice pink on it.
Oh yeah, it does.
Oh, so it's like
So it's happy in there?
hmm yeah, it's floating in my beta log. Um, but
Okay.
the camera doesn't do it justice. It's like
No,
a
I assume that it's just like the fish. Like anytime that I'm seeing like cool colors and stuff like that, it must be more amazing in person.
yeah. And then I got more pothos. So oh, I was telling you about the tricolor um, red spot that I told you I was chopping. So
Right.
I made a chop and I put it in some aqua soil and fluval. Um, what's that stuff called?
Uh
The the
expanded clay?
flake stuff.
Oh, I do not know.
Yeah, it starts with an F. But anyway, it's like slate almost, and this thing is super happy. And then it's in water, so it's using all
Hmm.
those nutrients, and it's it's putting out a new leaf. I'm trying to focus on it,
Yeah.
but you
So
can see the pink in it.
do you just spot fertilize? I assume you're using fish water to water everything as well.
Yeah, I usually just use the fish water. I don't ever really fertilize,
Hmm.
but I've heard people using, fluval stratum, stuff like that, um, as
Stratum was Big Steve's guess for the flakes that we were talking about.
yeah,
And he
no, it's
says
not
that
that
beta
one.
logs are great plant rooters.
But yeah, those it's what's it called? It's it's like slate. It comes in red and it comes in black, but I can't remember the name. It's not the stratum. But you use that and then I have an actual like aqua soil in there. Um and
Which is
then
nutrient, well, yeah, which is nutrient rich and
yeah, and then
everything plants crave.
I fill it up with water, so like aquaponics, and it's rooting stuff like crazy. It's my new trick. So, and then all those nodes, I can make so many new plants.
That's exciting.
Yeah,
So what's that leaf that is right in front of us right now?
this one,
Hmm.
that is a Monstera Peru.
Okay.
So,
I love the texture of it.
yeah,
You
something
can really
different.
see the yeah, you can really see the texture in the shot
Mm,
right now.
yeah. So, those are the only 2 months. No, I take that back. I had a bigger one, but I gave it to a friend because it wasn't very happy. But I broke a leaf off, so I have a regular Monstera leaf in one of my tanks as well.
Nice.
But it hasn't fenestrated yet, where it's got the holes.
Right.
But it will.
That seems to come later for a lot of them.
Yeah, it's when
From what
they're
I've seen of
mature.
the one Monstera that I've seen.
So
But yeah, she bought a big one, and then when she was repotting it, she ended up with three.
yeah.
So it's fun.
Yeah, and then I got Syngonium holly. Or no, that's butterfly. I lied. That's butterfly.
Okay.
So it's got that kind of like butterfly. Well, like it looks like it has veins like a better butterfly wing.
Okay.
Yeah, different. And then that one is that is the Pothos Global. So it has kind of like a cool pattern on
Oh,
it.
is Big Steve is saying, oh, fluorite? Is fluorite the word that you were looking for?
Yes, that's what it is.
Big
That.
Steve is the winner. Congratulations, Big Steve.
Hmm. That would be it.
I think that Big Steve is the biggest fan of your plants in the
Well,
chat
thank
right
you.
now. If there's a bigger fan of the plants in chat, like, speak up.
Right. I also have a really rare species of pothos. Well, rare in the sense that it's like new to the hobby,
Oh,
um,
okay.
and that's Jessenia. So it's got kind of a weird variegation on it. The
Yeah.
leaf is I the what do you call it? The vine got stuck out of the water for a second, so
Okay.
it's kind of sad. It's kind of
Yeah.
flimsy, but
Right.
it'll rebound.
Yeah. You just got to make sure it's plugged into the water.
Yeah, but I've had that one over a year now, so
Okay.
it started out with like a one tiny little cutting, and now it's probably longer than my arm.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I think that's most most everything. I do have like a really big bird of paradise, which is like a oh, it's like a really big plant. And then I have a philodendron Brazil. Well, I can show you that. Give me 1 second.
Big Big Steve says, "I'm geeking." LOL.
I love when people geek out over things that I love too.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the connection we get through our hobbies and collections and stuff. Like, I think that's one of the things that makes us a great community and stuff like that. Is we have we have passion for nature, plants, fish. You know what I mean? Like, and it all gets crosswise and stuff like that. Like, you'll be on a fish channel, you'll be looking at snakes, you'll be looking at other reptiles.
Right. So this is my bird of paradise. It's sad it needs to go outside, but these things will get like well over 6 feet tall.
Okay.
So size of
Yeah.
that leaf.
Yeah, it's almost time to bring everything out here in Texas.
Yeah. And then the last one I have to show you is right here. And this plant is really old too. This is my Brazil. Well, maybe it's not showing so hot in the light, but well, it's like the leaves. They got like stripes, kinda.
Yeah,
They're
I like the
cool.
stripe.
Mm, they all. Some of them have more stripe than others, and then that one is super long.
Oh wow,
But
yeah.
yeah, for sure. Yep. Well, thank you for letting me geek out and show you all my plants.
Hey, no problem. I needed to learn some about plants, and I'll be sure to tell my wife that she might want to catch the replay because Emma Rose showed all of her plants, and you might be interested in that.
Yeah, I will say the easiest ones to grow are definitely pothos, syngoniums, and um, the philodendrons, and then
Hmm.
also pretty much all of those, they can be rooted and live in your fish tanks.
That is good to know.
Mm, yeah. Now, like, not where the leaves are underwater, but like hanging out of your tanks.
Excellent.
And then, did anybody? Because I can't see the chat. Did anybody else have any more questions or anything?
Let me look. Big Steve says you look like a bail jumper.
I look like a what?
A bail jumper?
No, no.
She's not, man. Yeah.
I've never been in
Of
trouble.
course, you've never been in that situation, so you don't know exactly what you would do.
I'm too much. I have one of those people that like my conscience is so strong that I feel bad and go tell people things that they wouldn't have even known if I
Oh,
had just kept my mouth shut.
right.
So, yeah. Oh, and this is my little bitty cactus. Um, I've so the original cactus that I had to that I got like 5 years ago, and then um, I went on vacation and my family overwatered it. But
Oh,
so the original cactus that was like it was huge now, um, it rotted, but it had a little bitty baby nub on it. So I snapped the nub off and stuck it
hmm.
in there, and now it's growing on.
Oh, that's awesome. I love
Yeah,
that little pot it's in.
yeah. I really wanted a camel to be like a camel hump,
Right?
but it's a unicorn. So
Right. I mean, like, unicorns are better than camels. I
right,
don't think unicorns spit. They
yeah.
might, but
It was more like the hump idea. I just thought that was funny. Uh,
yeah,
but you know, it worked out.
I love it. Big Steve was saying that my Monstera
Addisoni.
Adansonii half moon is my pride and joy. It struggled since I brought it home, but it finally seems to be settling down.
That's
So,
awesome. So the half moon, I'm assuming you're saying that you have a variegated Monstera addisoni, which is the same, well, the variegated version of the mini Monstera that I was showing you guys earlier.
oh,
That's
okay.
the
So those guys are
scientific name.
cousins.
So,
Yeah, awesome.
yeah. And then, oh, now it's kind of mainstream now, but when I first got it, it wasn't. I also have the Pothos, oh, Cebu Blue. So it's kind of like a silvery color. It's
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
But
It's
now
definitely
the,
showing up as very shiny.
yeah, in person it's more like a silvery tone, not just shiny. But
Yeah, that might be the one for me.
yeah, now you can get them mainstream now, but when I first got mine, they weren't that common. So it's it's a good thing and a bad thing that like a lot of the kind of more sought after rare stuff is now kind of mainstream because you can get
Right,
bigger pots of it and it's cheaper. But it also people like me that spent a little bit more money on stuff
right. To
that
have
was
it
way
first.
cheaper.
Yeah,
But you know, it's fine. I want everybody to have plants.
that's true. Big Steve says it's cool to meet others with similar interests because we can swap cuttings and whatnot and not
Mm-hmm.
have to pay $100 at a shop. Just like
Yep.
fish swaps, plants from sources you know and trust, not infested with parasites and bugs, juiced up with hormones from a foreign plant farm. And yeah, no, that was an excellent thought, Big Steve. And
Yep.
I agree.
Well, like I said, a lot of my stuff I've gotten from local people, whether it's trades or I buy them, or um, I also have a lot of friends that like just give me cuttings of stuff, and I mean, I
Right.
give them stuff too, but a lot of my friends
Yeah,
also,
that's
they're
kind of like
really,
vibes and I that's kind of like vibes and I with the fish room stuff. Like vibes is always dropping stuff off here and I'm always like he's like, "Hey, are you using this?" And I'm like, "Not right now." I was like, "You got plans for it?" And he was like, "I could use it with such and such." I'm like, "Take it, bro."
yeah,
It's like I was like, "I'm pretty sure I got that from you anyway."
right.
So I
Well,
think yeah, so I end up storing some things for vibes every now and again. I stored a
yeah,
75 gallon on the driveway for a little while and then he ended up needing it and I was like, "Hey man, I know a guy with a 75 that's on his driveway." And he was like, "But I got that for you." And I was like, "And I'm not using it right now.
yeah,
You could use it right now." And he was like, "Okay, yeah, you're right."
yeah. Well, and the other cool thing is a lot of my houseplant friends are now in like discovering the joys of fish keeping, and so a lot of them I can trade like a lot of plant stuff for like a whole bunch of fish stuff. Cause
Right, yeah, for excesses you have in the fish area. Yeah.
yeah, so like all my ungodly amount of kahaku guppies that I have.
I know that you look nice though.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
can
get.
only imagine how red those guys are considering how well the red is showing up
Yeah,
on the
here.
screen right now. I can only assume that they're spectacular in person. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're bright orange, like
Yeah.
OSU orange,
Yeah, man.
and that's the female.
Yeah, dude.
So, and that's the male.
Yeah, he's pretty. He knows.
Yeah, and I've had like a million babies, and I think everybody should keep guppies at least once, because they're fun. But I'm over it,
Right.
so I'm gonna make space for more stuff in my tank besides a million guppies. Cause look, they're everywhere. It's just
Yeah,
guppy, guppy,
I
guppy.
have the same thing going on.
They just and because I have so many plants, they all survive.
Right, yeah, mine are doing a great job of surviving as well. And I mean, I know that babies are probably getting eaten. I know that babies are possibly not getting fed enough, although in my fish room, it's hard not to get overfed.
Yeah, but say I'm an overfeeder for sure.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm sticking to my goal is weekly water changes on everything but the shrimp tanks. And I always let it pile up, and I got to work tomorrow night, so I have to get it done tonight.
Right.
I'll do them all.
Well, and I will say I am really fortunate that because my tanks are so heavily planted, I test my water a lot, but I don't really have to do weekly water changes.
Right. Yeah, I can get by 2 weeks, sometimes in rare cases, 3 weeks on some of my tanks. But like I said, like that Endler tank and the other tank that we're looking at of mine, like there's so many baby fish in there that like they're gonna do better with a water change
Yeah,
every week. So I try to make sure that the ones that like have like tons of babies in them, so basically guppy, endler, now the red tails, I mean the sword tails, like I make sure that all of those tanks get done. And my goldfish tank, the 75, it hasn't been getting enough water changes. Obviously, I've got blackbeard algae outbreak all over everything.
yeah. Well, and like I usually do water changes at least once a month because otherwise I feel like I feel uncomfortable.
Right,
But
yeah, it's for my comfort.
yeah, but honestly, I could go longer
Yeah.
based on my testing. But the thing that I really need to work on is this one down here. I got
What is the name of the in that tank that we were just looking at?
The
That
crypt,
that has the long leaves.
in the very back, or this one right here?
That one right there.
So this is actually not a crypt. That is a Pontiacean. No. I lied. No. That's a Crinum calistratum. It's the onion plant.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. I love the way that looks.
Hmm. Yeah, I have to keep ripping it because it gets. I mean, it gets ridiculously long. You can see, um, but I try to keep it a little shorter so it doesn't take over. But and then I do have a crypt kind of behind it that looks similar, and I forget the name of that one. But yeah.
Yeah. Because I can't remember the name of this one. Let me show you.
And all my Corys. I love my Corys.
June says Plushy and I planted the aloe vera finally.
Oh, I have an aloe vera I didn't show you, but and that one is also older than I am, and I have saved it from death many a times that I got from my grandmother.
Oh no, June. June says that she lost half her angels. She's bummed out. She's going back to weekly water changes.
Oh, I'm sorry
And
to hear
she
that.
had them for 30 plus years. I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Or maybe had them 30 plus years was the aloe vera. I don't know. But she did lose half of her angels. So I was like, that sucks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for your loss, June. Um, where is my camera? Okay, so this guy that's growing everywhere.
Yeah, I have one of those.
Okay, yeah. So I have one of these and and it's a crypt, I believe, and I can't, but it started out here and then it put another one out over here. So I started with
Mm,
one. So there's the second one. So I put a root tab under the second one, put a root tab under that bad boy, and I put a root tab under that one
yeah.
because it hadn't been done in a long time, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I do have one of those behind the crinum, and I cannot for the life of me remember the name of that one.
Okay, I can't either. The filter
But
stopped working, is what happened to June.
oh no.
And the aloe was the 35 years. June,
That makes sense.
are you going in about 10 minutes? I know that you were on for a long time yesterday. That was quite a birthday bash we had over with collaboration of curiosities. I think that she had a wonderful birthday. I took a couple unexpected naps. I woke up for the wheel spin.
I
It
love that
was a
for
good
you.
time last night.
So in this tank, I'm trying to figure out what I should do
Okay,
because
what do we got?
so I love
Pay attention, people. She's got something to chat. Only Oscar says no. She's been awake since the stream, so she's going to be catching a nap here shortly.
so I love this tank. It's got my
Hmm.
beta Rob Thomas. Um,
Dude, Rob Thomas is a freaking striking individual.
right.
Hello. Does he
Um,
have red lips?
he does.
Oh my God. It's
Yep.
too much. It's too much.
Yeah, he's a copper koi that I got at Aquashella. I spent way too much money on him, but I love him very
Um,
much.
I'm just saying from what I see right here on the screen right now, money well spent. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yes, it may have been a major expense, but that guy is worth it. Oh my
Well, and
God, he's
the blue is
gorgeous.
the blue is iridescent, so like the copper is the blue.
Oh man.
He's so handsome. I love him.
Yeah,
Um,
dude.
and then I have the green neons with him, so like
I
it
love
looks
that
cute.
lace plant.
Yeah, so
I
that's
want
what
one
I'm
of those
talking about.
so bad. I want
So
one of those so bad.
so It's a Madagascar lace plant, which is a Ponchagieton. It's a
Hmm.
bulb, so you can see the bulb right there, and then it's
Right.
rooted and then come up. So this is a 9-gallon flex tank, and I put the Madagascar lace here like temporarily because I'm a plant hoarder and I didn't know where to put it.
Right.
But it has gotten really happy in this tank, obviously,
Hmm.
and the leaves are now literally like curling from the top all the way to the back.
Hmm.
These leaves are way bigger than my hand,
Yeah.
and I don't know if I should move it or what to do because obviously that's not sustainable full like
Right.
long term.
How do they propagate?
I'm not sure because I know that it's a bulb,
Right.
so
Because
I'm
I
not
mean,
sure.
like if it gets happy enough and like propagates, then you could take the large one out and leave the propagated one in there and like
Yeah.
let it grow out, and then you could still have it. But is there a way to do a cutting on a bulb plant?
Well,
Um,
I mean,
I feel like it would be a no, but
you can detach it from the bulb, and I've done that before with my lilies, um, my tiger lotus. But what I'm trying to
okay.
decide is that if I take it out of this tank, is it going to be really sad and then like hate me because it's
Okay.
doing so well?
Big Steve says that lace plant is stunning. Big Steve also says, I don't think I'd move it. That's iffy.
That's what I was thinking.
Hmm.
So I guess that's just gonna be the whole tank. It'll just be one big Madagascar lace.
Which is not a bad look for a tank. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I will say, you know what I mean? As far as like large leaves that you can see through.
Hmm.
I mean, like even when your guy is being shy, like he's like behind a leaf and he can see all his colors through the leaf. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. So
But
I
yeah,
might just
maybe
keep it.
maybe yeah, I
And then there's my San Juan Corys. Well, maybe. Oh, I scared him. Scared
okay,
him right.
only Oscar says that her lace plant developed another bulb eventually. And
Yeah.
she says once planted, don't move it.
Yeah. I kind of figured.
Yeah, but
Hmm.
man, beautiful freaking plant. Like,
Thank you.
yeah, no, that I've seen Madagascar laces and I've been like, yeah, man, I want one of those plants. And then like to see one that is doing so well and everything like that, like immediately I was like right back on it as soon as I saw it. I was like, I want that.
Well, because I like them so much, I have like two or three of them, but none of them have
Hmm.
done that well.
Yeah, Big Steve is saying he's tried so many lace plants and he finally has one that's doing good. He's not touching it.
Yeah. I have one in this tank too, I think in the back, but it's not doing nearly as well. And
Yeah,
then I
only
also,
Oscar says that I only move it if the bulb kind of floats. She
yeah.
has 10
Oh, nice.
and it'll
Trying to
keep
see
coming back. Beautiful.
where is the light on. Come on.
I personally love seeing other people's tanks and things like that. So this is like such a treat for me, Emma. I'm so glad that you're up here with me today.
Thank you. So,
Your tanks are very beautiful.
thank you.
I am inspired.
And then back there, I have a another Aponjageton, which is the same family as the Madagascar lace, um, but it's like a ruffly leaf instead of having the holes, and it's
Yeah,
doing
that's the
well.
one I have. I have one that is waffly.
Hmm. And then I have my flame sword. It's has not enough space.
Hmm.
My problem is my plants do so well, then they get too big for my tanks because I have small tanks.
Right.
Oh, and there's my king beta.
Oh,
Well, if it'll come out. There he is.
he's like, yeah, I'll come out.
He's
What's up?
massive. Well, he's
Yeah,
not.
he is big.
He's like he's 2 to 3 inches. Massive.
There you go.
Um, but this tank was looking really good, and then my tiger barbs keep. I have like um, all my cool Anubias that are stuck to my driftwood,
Right.
and they keep unlodging them. The
Yeah.
jerks.
Yeah. I've had that experience with my rosy barbs. They're doing really well in that planted tank, but there have been plants that they have decided they don't like, and they will
Yeah.
kill it.
And then, so with that, I think because they're getting stressed out, they are getting blackbeard algae. I've never had that in my tanks ever. So I don't know what to do with that.
Um, Removing as much as possible is good. So if you have a leaf that's totally covered, you could cut that leaf.
Yeah. It's just like little bitty pieces. The one that I'm most stressed about is my,
I don't know whether more water changes is a solution or not
yeah.
for the blackbeard algae. I mean, like I feel like the blackbeard algae king, Dassen, depths unknown. I
Hmm.
believe he's doing fairly regular water changes on all of his tanks because he's doing his maintenance and stuff during his show on Sunday mornings. So, and he's got so much blackbeard algae that I don't think that the water changes would necessarily help.
Yeah, I'm just really worried about this plant. I have a Anubias panda, which is not a cheap plant, and I really
Are
don't
they in
want it to
sand or
die.
soil?
The
These
Anubias are just
plants,
attached to rocks or
right? But
driftwood.
your plants, I believe. Uh, oh wait, Big Steve was talking to only Oscars. They're talking about ferts only.
Oh,
Nacrinum is her favorite. They do good with the Oscars.
hmm.
So I'm sorry, back to what you were talking about.
Oh no, you're good. Um, I was just saying my Anubias panda. I really don't want that to die because of the Blackbeard, but
Hmm.
don't know how to go about that. And like I said, you can see the destruction that my tiger barbs have done.
Yeah, you might just be able to kind of rub it off of the leaves. You know what I mean? That's going to help
Hmm.
move it around the tank, but you can get it off of what you don't like.
Yeah, might try that. Well, I think
Cora is saying the blackbeard algae has to do with like what's in your water.
okay. So maybe more water changes.
Only Oscar says Emma has a nice selection of plants.
Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Straight from June's mouth.
Well, I think we're well over her time though. Should we?
All right, it's 12:30. She says that she's not going tonight. So let me hang on real quick. I don't know whether you guys can still hear me or not.
Yes.
Well, car's off.
Lights back off.
At 12:30, 44 Mad Guy Fish and More has a late night stream sup. So he's down. So he's going at 12:30, like right now. So yeah, guys, catch that. 44 Mag Guy, all one word. Fish and More is his channel.
Very good. You like my giant moss ball?
Hold on, I'm coming back to you. Well, no need to get into my email right now. Oh yeah,
So
how'd you do that?
I bought it at my local fish store, and then it just got bigger.
Oh, that's awesome. So your local fish store was selling mothballs again. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel
where I
like I
work.
feel like because of the problem that they had the one time and stuff like that, like I heard they're back on the market again, but I feel like a lot of fish stores are just like, nah, not buying it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
mothballs are out. It's going to take a while for them to gain popularity again.
well, it is hard to get them, but I work at a local fish store, so every time I find something that I want, I buy it, which is, good or bad.
Yeah, blessing and a curse, right? You know,
Yep. But anyway,
that's awesome. Does your fish store ship?
we do, unless it's cold. We don't ship when it's cold.
Right. Okay. No, that's good to know. That's always something I ask.
Well, especially because you live in Texas. Um, I mean, I don't know if he would ship like all over, but because we're
Right.
in Oklahoma,
Hmm.
so.
Well, I met those guys. They're a fish store in. I haven't checked them out. But Shade Tree Aquatics in Arizona. No, AR
Arkansas.
is Arkansas. Yeah,
Hmm.
they're in Arkansas, and super nice guy. Like he gave me a T-shirt. I freaking love it.
Hmm.
And I asked him whether he ships and stuff like that. So like that's kind of neat
Yeah,
that they
he's
ship
he's
as
super
well.
nice. Um, I've
Yeah,
met
did you get to
him.
meet him too?
He's come to some of our local. Um, I forget his name,
Oh yeah, me
but
too.
his he comes to some of our local like swaps and meetings.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hmm. Yep, he's a nice guy, but I think I'm going to hop off if
All
anyone
right,
else
I'm
wants to
gonna
come on.
say goodbye to everybody, and
So,
we'll go see 44 Mad Guy.
all right, thanks for letting me crash the
Hey man,
live.
I didn't really have a plan. All I wanted to do was show off my TV. You know what I mean? That was the
Hmm.
main goal. We did that, and then we talked about plants, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
So thank you for being here. You guys have a great night.
you too. Bye bye.